Hi there and welcome back to the channel. Back with part 2 of our Blacksad Let's Play here on the PlayStation 4. We left off last time where the game had crashed when we went over to the table with the whiskey and the ashtray on it. It wouldn't let us back out of that scene. Hopefully this time it works okay. We'll find out in a moment. So here we go.
Yep, that's where I left my lockpicks. What if the only thing that keeps you going is the very thing that won't let you move on? It's too soon to say goodbye. She wouldn't hear me anyway. You can't really call yourself a detective if you're a teetotaler, but that's not what that bottle is for. The truth? I used tequila to clean my lockpicks. In fact, I just finished cleaning them when that rhino walked in. Maybe we knocked them down during the fight. Bookkeeping is not my strong suit. I'm good with expenses. It's the income I don't get. Sometimes, I also use it to type out reports that nobody reads and invoices that nobody pays.
Right, then we'll go over here. Now for any new viewers, just to recap what happened in part 1, you found out that the owner of the local boxing gym has apparently committed suicide, although we're sceptical. His daughter's asked us to help find a boxer who's supposed to fight at Madison Square Garden and who has vanished. We came back here to find our lockpicks.
It's too soon to say goodbye.
Which we left in the office when we went to lockpick some lockers in the gym.
What did you do to earn the admiration of a millinery culture, distant cousin?
Also, if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you want to see more content like this Let's Play, as we'll be doing more of these throughout the new year. So that's a wee Hall of Fame card. Oh, there's another one there. So I think I'm pretty positive that the Hall of Fame cards move, because they weren't there in the first playthrough that I did. Did that first card just auto get put in? I don't know. So there's nothing else here. Also, just to quickly recap, I did mention that we left off with the game crashing. It was just over here at this coffee table. Unfortunately, I've not been able to get more than about an hour and a half or so into the story of this game because it does keep crashing. So again, this playthrough might end with a crash. I have restarted the game, as I said in the first playthrough, around, I think this is the 4th time now I've completely restarted the game and decided to do it as a Let's Play for my channel, but as I say, it's crashed multiple times, and it's just full of very buggy, very laggy. The last time it didn't crash, I suppose it hung. When you went to this table, it wouldn't let you back out of it basically, but you'll see in a minute if it does it again. Hopefully it doesn't, fingers crossed.
Police Commissioner Smirnoff smoked that.
No, it's actually showing you the cutscene this time. As I said, I alluded to in my last...
Judging by the way he put it out,
I'll say after this.
nervous.
Yeah, so as I said in my last video, I think it might be selection based. Like, I didn't click on the table and all that back there next to the telephone before I came here in the Let's Play, the last part of the Let's Play that crashed or hung. So I think the problems are selection based. You've got to follow, pick or click on certain things before the next thing will let you move on. Otherwise it just crashes or freezes. But it doesn't tell you that. It's
Smells good. Tasted even better the day Smirnoff brought it. In exchange for a favor. A favor no cop should ever be paid for.
okay. So it's just it seems to be very random, the crashes, but I think it might have something to do with the way you're selecting things, what choices you make first. So there's a lot of picks. Again, apologies if you hear me drinking some juice throughout this. It's just I've got a sore throat. I've had it for a couple of days now. It's starting to clear up a little bit though, so I don't know if you can hear that in my voice or not. So we'll just walk around here and move this sofa out of the way, hopefully. I do hope I'm not too quiet as well. I did change a setting because I felt when I listened back to the last video that the mic was a little bit loud. You were hearing the PlayStation 1 and you were hearing me rustling about a little bit. So I'm hoping this sounds a bit better and isn't too quiet now. I know I spoke over that there. He basically just says that most detectives feel safe with a gun in their pocket or in their hand. He feels safe with his lockpicks.
Where the hell did you go, John? I thought you won the case.
Hey, I'm just doing my job. Next stop, Bobby Yale's place.
All right. Just try to be a bit more communicative. You made a crappy impression, and now Sonia has second thoughts about you.
Also, something I didn't mention in my last video where I gave the short review is, if you look at the trophies for the PlayStation at the moment for this, nobody has actually managed to platinum this game since it came out, sort of varying between October and November whenever it released in various regions, which is very telling about the amount of bugs and glitches. But again, I went on about that enough in my last video, so I don't want to keep going on about that. We'll deal with that if it does happen again.
Fine job with these pictures.
But I'm hoping just to do this Let's Play for about 45 minutes to an hour again for part 2, and we'll see how we go on, if we manage.
I wonder if that rhino would ever have the nerve to use it.
I'm also hoping to start a new series of videos where I'm going to do some other Let's Plays of some of the titles I would recommend, because this game is quite good, but it's just unfortunate with all the glitches. But I want to do games that I would recommend that you pick up and give a wee try before the PlayStation 5 comes out. Just things that, hidden wee gems that you might have missed. But so watch out for that on the channel as well. I don't know why I'm still standing staring like this. Move on. Well, actually, we'll use the phone. See if there's any options here.
Hi, Ray.
Hi. Who are you?
Take a guess. I already gave you a clue. I know your name, so...
I don't know.
that means I'm a detective.
No, wait. My Uncle John is a real detective. He's way cooler than you. Wait a minute. You're Uncle John. Uncle John, I guessed it. I'm a detective, too. Ah, it's Uncle John. I guessed it.
You got me, Ray. Congrats.
What did I win?
What do you want?
A gun. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Good guys don't carry guns, Ray. You know why? Because they always end up shooting someone.
Yeah, that's why they're so cool. Oops, Mom's coming. Bye, Uncle John.
Ray, is that the way you say goodbye to your uncle?
Love you, Uncle John.
Now go put on your jacket. We're late.
Bang, bang, bang.
What a surprise. How are you?
Hey, Donna.
Bang,
I'm still not over...
Italian. Patience, John. Time heals all wounds.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Hey, we're kind of in a hurry. Ray's got a dentist appointment. I'll call you soon, okay? I'm really sorry.
Sure. One last thing.
Ray, hurry up. We have to go.
Love you, sis.
And I love you, little brother. Okay, now I really have to go. Bye, John.
Bye, Uncle John. Bang, bang, bang.
Okay, so the only bit we've not looked at is over here.
I never understood why I had to be born in New York. But the real issue is why I'm still here. A visiting friend once told me that New York City smells like a giant bonfire. I'd say the smell is rubbed off on me.
Okay, and onwards we go. Yep, we'll leave.
Looking back, I wish I'd never found my lockpicks. Maybe I wouldn't have gone back to the gym. All hell was about to break loose. Bobby Yo's place was on the way, so I decided to drop by, lockpicks in hand. The gym could wait. Sonia and Jake had already searched the place, to no avail.
So you just try to find the wee till that goes green, and do the same here, and then you press R2 I believe. There we go.
But a good detective would have better luck. I know it might not seem like it, but... When someone hits you like that, you know you're onto something. It's only fair to show some gratitude.
Well. Long time no see.
So if you remember from the first Let's Play, this is the Rhino from right at the start of the game.
Now leave before my partner. Damn cat.
Well done, Colbert.
Now.
I also spoke about the mechanics in this game being the cat senses
How about this?
and
For every wrong answer,
the
I'm gonna give it to you with this club.
the clues that you can string together. You're about to see that in effect here. You didn't get to see it in the first part. What we see here? We'll antagonise them a bit.
Didn't we just witness your lack of aim?
Wrong answer.
Mostly because there's a trophy for getting hit with that so many times, that baton.
First, well, second
But
question.
I've yet to get it.
What the hell are you doing here?
Right, so triangle is the option for the cat senses when you get that. And what it's saying here is there's two things you can visibly see, nothing to hear, nothing to smell. So you press R2 to zoom in and you just look. So the shamrock here.
A shamrock? Is he Irish?
And what's the other thing? His eye, by the looks of it. Yep, there we go.
It should start to swell any moment now.
So as you can see, there's no longer the wee red 2, so that's the two things done, so we can back out of that now. And continue the story.
Where were we? What the hell are you doing here?
So what they do is they help give you clues, but you'll see that in a couple of minutes when I get back in
Got
control.
an Irish boss, just like my friend Colbert here. I'm sure the name O'Leary rings a bell, right?
So there you go.
Desmond
He
O'Leary.
gave you a clue.
If you live in New York City, you've certainly heard of the richest bookie in town. After everything that's happened, I was beginning to feel like this case was finally moving forward.
Wrong answer.
But I was wrong.
Now, where were we? What the hell are you doing here?
Weren't you gonna hit me? I'm still waiting for the blows.
Happy? Alrighty. Let's try again. What the hell are you doing here?
Glad to help you practice your club skills. You need it.
Yeah, I love honing my skills. Seriously, what the hell are you doing here?
I know your friend Colbert and his wife.
Now he wants to insult you. All right then, he's all yours.
All right. Now it's your turn. I'll call the boss.
I want you to yell like I'm beating the crap out of you, okay?
Desmond, we caught some damn detective snooping around Bobby Yale's place. Yeah, hired by Dunn's daughter. Safe and sound? What do you mean exactly? Oh, sure.
Will do. Colbert, stop hitting him, you beast.
What a shame. We were just getting to know each other.
Thanks, pal.
So, what else can you tell me about Dunn's death?
Well, not much. My memory's not what it used to be. You'd better ask the cleaner lady. She found the body. It should be her shift down at Sam's Diner. The place is close by. Take the main door and follow the street. Just wait till you see her. You're in for a treat, my friend.
Right, let's talk about Joe.
Joe Dunn like?
He was a decent man. Have you seen all those slogans on the wall? Those motivational phrases? Joe really believed in them. All of them.
He played the saxophone, right?
Yeah, pretty well for a white boy. But he quit when his wife died. Makes no sense, right? I mean, nothing draws chicks like the brass. Why quit when you're finally free? Ha ha ha.
I found an empty wine bottle on the rooftop. Did Joe Dunn drink?
Only for a while, back when his wife died. But eventually he quit. After that, he'd only drink on special occasions.
Dunn wasn't black, but he allowed you and Bobby Yale to train here.
Yeah, this was the first integrated gym in the city, I think.
Do you have any idea where Bobby Yale could be?
Not a clue.
You said Yale joined a gang back in the day? Know which one?
Hell, I don't know, John. This is New York City. There are more gangs than people.
If I had to guess, I'd say something to do with O'Leary. Maybe joined O'Leary's gang. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I've not got that far yet.
If Yale's gonna fight,
I don't know if I'll get that far.
He's got a big career ahead of him.
He hasn't lost a single fight since he turned pro. The little bastard beat the socks off me a few years back.
I dropped by Bobby Yale's apartment. I think he might be involved with O'Leary, the bookmaker.
You sure? Yale had some dark years, no doubt, but Dunn turned him into a decent guy. I'm no detective, but I wouldn't follow that lead.
Do you know any of his relatives?
His father, Avenarius.
Avenarius? The boxer poet? Didn't he disappear 20 years ago?
Yeah, and his wife, Bobby's mom, died shortly after. Dunn is the closest thing the family to poor kids had ever since.
What can you tell me about Sonia Dunn?
She's hot, ain't she?
You two seem to get along nicely.
Well, I've known her since she was a baby. But she sure has grown, if you get my drift. I hadn't seen her since she left for college about 4 years ago.
It seems like her father's death didn't really upset her.
Well, she likes to play it cool, which makes her really hot.
I better let you get back to your drills.
All right.
Right, so I noticed this when I was playing it before, but if he liked it, if he really was all these slogans, why is he painting over that one? The scaffolding in front of it? I've not got an answer to that yet. I've got a feeling that must come up later. You can, I can't really see it right, but he started to paint over it anyway. Anyway, to go and do what we came here to do. Back to the other side first.
Smells like paint. Bastards. The proud South.
So we now know who's been putting the racial slurs on the walkers.
Of course.
And right. Actually, so this is the. You should have some clues in here. I can't pair any off yet. It will tell you where we number up there when you can. But so this is all the clues, and what you would do is you would select two, which you'll see me do soon, something like that, say, and try and pair them off. And if they work, you solve the clue. There's a trophy for solving all of them, so you've got to do all the interactions and things if you want that trophy. But it's like I say, quite difficult with all the bugs. Also one for interacting with all the books, so that will hopefully count as another book, you'd imagine. And notice it can hold up to 5 high resistance springs. And there's only 2 in the box. So where's the rest? You're about to find out. Now, whose lock is that? Oh, this is Jake's.
Damn. I'd forgotten that Jake used to work for Natalia. This proves I was right. It's too soon to move on.
What the hell? Jake, give me one good reason not to smash in your face. What the hell are you doing in my locker?
Come on, man. We're friends. Calm down.
Friends don't spy on each other.
Off me.
Sometimes, John, I can just punch you.
Alright, it's just showing you the.
So full of hatred that there's no
Not an
space
actual
for
locker.
trifles such as common sense or say spelling. But this most cultured writer spotted the error and attempted to correct it. Not sure what to make of the outcome.
Exactly, I saw that down there. So here we go, we'll have a look at the clues now. We should have a couple I can solve now. There you go, there's two. Deductions, that's what it is, it's not clues. You can use the clues to make deductions, and you've got to solve all of them for a trophy. But the first one being obvious.
Why do you have that pen, Jake? What mess are you in?
And the next deduction is the guy with the stained towel responsible for the racism on the locker.
Arthur Tucker painted the racial slur on Yale's locker. Okay, Jake.
I told you.
Desmond O'Leary.
Huh?
I know you work for him.
Now you're just making stuff up. Why would you say that?
O'Leary's men told me a while ago.
Okay, let's say you're right. So what? What are you gonna do, huh?
We're pals. I won't do a thing. But please, tell me the truth.
Okay, I guess I should have said something. Business isn't going that well lately. Natalia was my last well-paying job, and it's been a while. Then O'Leary shows up and offers me a bodyguard contract. What was I supposed to do?
Yeah, I understand.
Seriously, you don't seem like the type to accept shady offers.
I've done things like that, and worse, that I'm not proud of. This very morning, for example.
Hey, O'Leary might run an illegal gambling operation, but it's not like he's killing people or conning with us. And I'm just a bodyguard. I make sure no one gets hurt. What I do, including my contract, paycheck, is 100% legal. How bad can that be?
Yeah, you're right. The fact that his business is illegal doesn't turn you into a criminal. We're only accountable for our own actions. But that's not what bothers me. I know you're covering up O'Leary's role in Joe Dunn's death.
Huh? O'Leary? No way. I mean, I don't think so.
Jake, please.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it now. I was here the day Dunn died.
Go on.
I had to take care of some business for O'Leary. He makes me wear the shamrock when I work for him. I left the damn thing in my locker. So, I decided to come in the back door. Joe had mentioned he'd been painting that afternoon, but I forgot. I stopped in my tracks when I saw him screaming bloody murder at Bobby Yale at the top of the scaffold.
What exactly was he saying?
Something like, if you do that, I'll call off the fight and make sure you never set foot in this gym again. I didn't want them to see me, so I left.
Jake, why didn't you tell me?
I thought you'd be pissed off.
Well, you were wrong.
I'm sorry, John. I should have said something.
You should have. Let's just say you owe me one, all right?
You sure drive a hard bargain, John. All right.
Time to go. I need to think about everything you just told me.
haven't actually tried this yet. Oh, so you can't come in here at the moment.
Miss Dunn, can I run a couple of questions by you?
If they'll help you find Yale, go ahead.
Did you and your father get along?
I've always done this later on in the
Let's
game.
just say our relationship got better when I left for Sunny
Oh,
University.
albeit not
An
much
8-hour
later.
drive from here. I'll lay it out for you, Mr. Blacksad. My father, Joe Dunn, disappeared the day my mother died. He became a shell of himself. Joe Dunn, my legal guardian. A man who gave me food, shelter, clothing, and an education. And that's more than you need to know.
What's in those papers you're going through?
Red tape.
Great. If you find something, please let me know.
I thought you were the detective. You do your job, and I'll do mine.
What do you think about Mary, the cleaning lady?
Can't say. I barely know her. And I'm not one who's quick to judge other people.
What can you tell me about Jake?
I thought you were friends. Guess I was wrong. He and my father were friends, so don't go down that road.
Did you get along with Bobby Yale? Okay. Forget it.
I wouldn't give a damn about him if it weren't for this stupid Jim his stupid fight is supposed to save. Happy?
Thanks. That's it for now. I get it. You don't like me. But there's something you need to know.
I'm all ears.
I know this must be tough, but it's no excuse to treat me like that.
Duly noted, Mr. Blacksad.
Dunn kept files on the gym's staff and clients. Name, address, and date of birth. Dunn's room had quite a view.
If I remember correctly, if it's not moved, it's not there anymore. There was one up on that beam last time. One of the Hall of Fame cards.
I'd like to take a look inside that safe now. Could you give me the combination?
I'd love to help you, but my mother's birthday used to be the combination, but I already tried it.
Could you tell me your birthday
Of course, March 6th.
and the year?
I'm 24, Mr. Blacksad. You do the math.
No luck. Seemed like a happy family.
Okay, so now we're going to go out into the back alley. I usually do this old back alley and go to the diner bit just before I go up there. I didn't know you could go up there first, but okay. I wonder how many we've got. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. 20 out of 100, 80 to go.
Looks like a chest expander, doesn't it?
Does indeed. The one missing from Bobby Bale's locker, I would reckon. But I don't know what it is.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
John Blacksad, Private Eye. Would you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Not at all. Proceed, Your Honor.
Have you seen anything unusual lately?
Yes, indeed, kind prince. My pretty little eyes just saw a pink elephant parade. But naturally, I decided to join in the fun.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Just like life, that was short. But then again, all things short fit me like a sock. It just so happens that you can, Apple Pie, do this old man a favor and bring him some sustenance.
All right.
Let's continue this way for a bit. See what we can find. And so... So in case you wonder what I'm doing, there was, again, as I said, the card removed, but there was one at that bin last time.
I'd prefer a yellow Cadillac, but I can't complain. He opened it during the war? That's odd.
Okay, so far so good. Now there is one up there last time, but again, not this time.
Mary Purnell, the person who found Dunn's body, works a block away from the gym. I'm certain she didn't.
So if you're hearing any of this music in the background, I've got family next door who are watching TV really loudly. So I'm hoping the mic's not picking any of it up. You watch it.
You better watch it.
Go to hell, man! You better not show your face around here.
And there you go. We'll miss you at Sam's Diner. Come back soon. Welcome to Sam's Diner. What can I get for you?
Blacksad, Private Eye. I work for Sonia Dunn. I need to ask you some questions about Joe Dunn.
Sure, but I'm working right now. Maybe later?
Please, I need to find Bobby Yale as soon as possible. And I think you can help me.
All right.
What can you tell me about Sonia Dunn?
I barely know her, but she looks like a smart girl, poor thing.
Any ideas where Bobby Yale could be?
How am I supposed to know? He's rarely there when I clean the gym. Bobby seems like a nice kid, but I barely know him.
What do you think about Jake Ostiambi?
Who? Who's that?
A big gorilla. Boxer, too. A friend of Joe Dunn's.
Oh, yeah. I barely know him. I don't like how he looks at me.
Let's talk a bit more about Joe Dunn. What kind of boss was Joe Dunn?
A good one. Always paid on time, never raised his voice. If I asked for the day off, he even cleaned the gym.
How was Joe Dunn outside the gym?
I wouldn't know. I only saw him at the gym or right there. That was his spot. I think everyone liked him.
Can you tell me how you found Dunn's body?
Well, I thought I was alone. I clean early in the morning before Mr. Dunn comes in.
Oh, so you have keys to the gym.
Yes, of course. There was paint on the floor, so I thought it'd be a busy morning. And then I saw him, hanging there, like a baby mobile over a crib. Then I think I panicked. When I calmed down, I called the police and waited outside. Sorry, that's all I can say.
Don't worry. But if you remember anything else, let me know.
I think we're crashed here. Give it a wee minute and see what happens. See if it corrects itself. But if not, we'll end part 2 here, I think. I was hoping to go a little bit further, because basically after this I get a little bit further, do a little bit more of the investigation, and it crashes maybe, and I suppose actually I might have enough for a part 3 before it crashes at this rate. And this is the first time I've encountered that happening here. I'll try using progress to get out of it. Just bear with me a moment. So I wonder if this is like chapter select. I never knew what this was for before. I wonder if this means I could go back and I don't know. We'll continue where we left off. Let's see if it gets me out of the conversation. Oh, here we go, it's going to make me redo the conversation. That's fine. Hopefully it doesn't hang again. I think we'll do this conversation, and when we go back to the goat, we'll end it there. Because it auto goes back.
And there you go. We'll miss you at Sam's Diner. Come back soon. Welcome to Sam's Diner.
Let's try this again.
Blacksad, private
Just bear with me, we need to go through these
I need to ask you some questions about Joe.
chat options again.
Sure, but I'm working right now. Maybe later?
Please, I need to find Bobby Yale as soon as possible. And I think you can help me.
All right.
What can you tell me about Sonia Dunn?
I barely know her, but she looks like a smart girl, poor thing.
Any ideas where Bobby Yale could be?
How am I supposed to know? He's rarely there when I clean the gym. Bobby seems like a nice kid, but I barely know him.
What do you think about Jake Ostiambi?
Who? Who's that?
A big gorilla. Boxer, too. A friend of Joe Dunn's.
Oh, yeah. I barely know him. I don't like how he looks at me.
Let's talk a bit more about Joe Dunn. What kind of boss was Joe Dunn?
A good one. Always paid on time, never raised his voice. If I asked for the day off, he even cleaned the gym.
How was Joe Dunn outside the gym?
I wouldn't know. I only saw him at the gym or right there. That was his spot. I think everyone liked him.
Can you tell me how you found Dunn's body?
Well, I thought I was alone. I clean early in the morning before Mr. Dunn comes in.
Oh, so you have keys to the gym.
Yes, of course. There was paint on the floor, so I thought it'd be a busy morning. And then I saw him, hanging there, like a baby mobile over a crib. Then I think I panicked. When I calmed down, I called the police and waited outside. Sorry, that's all I can say.
Don't worry. But if you remember anything else, let me know.
That's not for getting by this, is it? Because there's meant to be a, like, if you played this scene before, you'll know there's meant to be a wee cutscene there. It shows her finding the body. And it's not happening. Right, okay, it's not progressing any further here for the moment, so I think we're going to call it here for part 2. Thanks for joining me for this Let's Play. Hope you enjoyed what you saw, and I'll try and get it working again for a part 3. Thanks again for watching, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you'd like to see more content than this.